Hey y'all, hey, Nikki Rose back. I just made a video, but the sound where I was at in my backyard, little back house, it was pretty loud and you really couldn't hear me, so I came to my car so my voice can be clear and you can hear me very well. Now, I was speaking off the dome and speaking what my spirit has for you guys that are listening. And I wanted to say that God is in the business of miracles. And if you are feeling like you don't know where to go and you don't know what's next for you, I want you to be still. Be still. Because sometimes thinking in your own way of trying to figure out what's next, sometimes you don't really know what's best for you. And being still will allow God's voice to be heard and for it to be very clear. And you can know what's next for you. Sometimes it is hard and you try to figure out in your own strength what's next, whether to go to the left, to the right, up, down. Sometimes you truly don't know what's next. And if you are truly experiencing these type of feelings and you're like, you know what, God is telling me to leave this job. God is telling me to walk a different path. Or God is saying he wants to close this door for me because he has another door open for me. Sometimes it can be scary. It can be confusing. You can fall into, doubt and be like, oh, how do I truly know what's really next for me if I don't see what's next for me? Now you have to remember, God is in the business of miracles. So when you are walking up some stairs of a staircase, you know what's next. They have step after step after step after step placed and planted directly in front of you so you can know. But if you allow God to guide you and show you the way, you're walking literally based on faith. Like you have a blindfold on and you cannot see the next step, but you're trusting that your feet will be planted on solid ground. Solid ground, okay? That will not be shaken. That cannot be taken away from you, because God is orchestrating that, because God is making provisions for you and making a way for you. So if you are in a season and you don't know what's next for you, be still. Be still so you can allow yourself to hear his calling and his words, and not so much have your own thoughts and others' opinions drowning out the voice of God, so you can know what's next for you. And it does get tricky when you don't know what's next for you and you are talking to others, whether you have a mentor, family, friends, mother, father, whoever that you confide in. It gets tricky because they can say, oh, I experienced something like that, and how my path looked, this all I had to do. Or, oh, I had something similar happen to me like that. This is what's going to be next for you. Sometimes God wants you to tap fully into what he has for you specifically, because it's only one of one, baby. It's only one of you. People may have similarities, people may have similar circumstances, people may have, you know, a similar situation where they've been through, where they were confused, and a path for them has been brought to them for them to walk down. But remember that God has a plan for you. For you. Yes. And to be able to get what he wants you to receive, and you can clearly hear what he wants you to have, you have to be willing to drown out all opinions and voices, and plug your ears and be still. Because I would hate for you to miss the blessing that he has for you and what he's called you to do. And it may not look the norm, and it may not feel normal, and it just may be something that you've never experienced before. But our thoughts and our ways are not God's ways and his thoughts. God works and thinks on a whole different spectrum from what we think, and what we think we should do, and what we think we know. So remember, be still. Allow God's words to penetrate you. And once you receive those words, act upon them. Act upon them when you are called to do so. In due season, in due time, you will be able to see the answer that you're seeking for. And when you receive that word, like I said, act upon it, because it's going to lead you to your next step, and your next step, and your next step. Don't listen and make one move and then look to the left and right, like, okay, what's next? What should I do? Once you step on that walk of faith, you have to continue to keep going to the Creator and to the Maker to guide you to your next step, because that's where you're going to be able to receive the blessings that he has for you. And God has plans always to prosper us. He doesn't do anything to hinder us or to harm us. So do not allow your own personal thoughts or others to steer you away from the path that he has designed specifically for you. For you. Only you. Stay encouraged. Be of good faith. And be obedient to his voice. And you will see the vision become clear and clear. Because once you make the decision to step back, you'll get more confused. You'll be like, okay, now I knew he wouldn't take me this far to leave me hanging. No, he said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. So what you always have to remember, front and center, not in the back of your head, but front and center, that God has plans to prosper me. He'll never leave me nor forsake me. And once you jump on that wave of faith, ride it. Ride it like you never done before. Okay? Because that is what's going to lead you to your promise that God has already wrote your name, signed, sealed, and delivered for you to receive in due season. Don't be scared. And if you are scared, do it scared. Okay? Because at the end of the day, like I said, he's not going to leave you nor forsake you. And Don't be drowned out by opinions, because opinions and thoughts of others can definitely discourage you or lead you into the wrong direction. So when you are ready to walk that walk and you've tried everything in your own personal strength to figure out what's next for you, and you see it's not going the way you're going, like going in the way that you want it to go, allow God to be the leader, the creator. Like I said, God is in the business of miracles. So if you don't see things working out, once you take that first step, He's not going to just leave you there. Like I said, He's going to create the next step, and the next step, and the next step. Let Him be the leader of your life, especially if you're ready to walk and receive the blessings that He has for you. But that's all I got to say, y'all. Until next time. I'll see y'all in a minute.